There's a natural balance in everything around us. We need good balance to walk. We need good balance in our diets. And we need good balance between work and family. Just as we need good balance in our everyday lives, we need to maintain a good balance with nature. The problem of global warming is a serious indication that that balance between us and nature is off. Through my experience in the industrial industry and through my research, I have learned a great deal about global warming. As humans, we have a direct effect on our planet and its balance. We also have the responsibility to be aware of the consequences of our actions and make positive changes to restore balance and preserve this planet for future generations to come. The emission of greenhouse gases is the largest contributor to global warming and is a serious problem that requires action by our government and us as citizens. Today I will talk about some of the problems of global warming and also some of the causes and a plan to help reduce future global warming. Temperature and weather are the most obvious indications of global warming. The increase in global temperature is changing the world around us. According to the Environmental Defense Fund, EDF.org, there has been a 1 degree increase in global temperature over the past century. Now that doesn't sound like a lot, but there's only a 9 degree difference in global temperature from today and the last ice age. At that time, Canada and most of the United States was frozen and under ice. Last year, 2010, the year 2010 tied year 2005 as the hottest year on record. They also, EDF.org also stated that 17 countries reported their hottest years ever. And the hottest summer ever recorded in the United States was in the southeast states of the United States in 2010. The melting of snow and ice in the polar regions has increased at an alarming rate. This chart was made public by the Environmental Defense Fund, and it shows the polar ice region as of 1979, the year 2000. It shows where the ice was. And now in 2010, you can see how much it's receded in this white shaded area. Also, a massive section of a glacier in Greenland broke off. It was the largest chunk of ice broke off ever recorded in history. Sea levels are also rising. The IPCC, Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, in its 2007 report, estimates that polar ice melting accounted for 25% of the sea level raise last year, or between 1993 and 2003. The report also predicted a 10 to 23 inch increase in sea level by the year 2100. 100 million people live within 3 feet of the sea level. A 3-foot change in sea level would displace all those people and be devastating to coastal wetlands, the North Carolina barrier islands, and the Florida Everglades. Now that I've discussed the serious problem of global warming, I will talk about some of the causes. There are many contributors to global warming. To understand global warming, we must review how the Earth is warmed. Ecomod.com defines greenhouse gases as elements of the atmosphere that absorb and emit radiation. They keep the Earth warm, similar to a greenhouse. They let so much energy comes in, and it traps some of that energy and keeps it from going back out into space. It keeps the Earth at an ideal temperature. Some greenhouse gases occur naturally. The emission of man-made greenhouse gases throw that natural balance off and cause the Earth to warm. The Environmental Protection Agency website, EPA.gov, gives some examples of those gases, and they are carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide. How do we as humans emit these gases and contribute to the problem of global warming? According to the EPA website, improper use of fertilizers on large farms, as well as pollution given off by large chemical plants, give off nitrous oxide gases. Nitrous oxide gases heat our planet. Mismanagement of landfills and poor cattle management practices are a problem. Landfills as well as cattle emit methane. Methane heats our planet. The use of electricity in our home with every flip of the switch. Every time we start our car and drive down the road, we emit carbon dioxide gas. Carbon dioxide gas is emitted when these fossil fuels are burnt. Carbon dioxide warms our planet. Now that we've discussed some of the causes of global warming and how we contribute to it, let's talk about some of the solutions. There are several ways we can personally reduce global warming and make a difference. We can use less energy at home. We can use less energy at home. If you don't need the lights, turn them off. Take shorter showers. Just use less energy all the way around, any way you can find. Reduce driving time. Don't take so many unnecessary trips to wherever. Carpool when it's available, and use mass public transportation whenever possible. Recycling is another big one that can save energy. Recycling materials saves much more energy than it does to create them from scratch. Push for and support government action for clean energy, such as wind and solar and hydroelectric. These are all things we can start today. Global warming is a serious problem which requires our immediate action. Now that we know what the problems are and what some of the causes are, I urge you to join me to take the actions we discussed to reduce your effect on global warming. We must make changes to restore the balance with nature and to ensure that this land is here for our children and future generations to come. Our actions today directly affect the earth. Be inspired. Make a difference. As Gandhi once said, you must be the change you want to see in the world. Thank you.